Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. And first of all, apologies for my absence yesterday, my absence without leave. I was at a meeting, and you know how I love meetings, but when you live in a village, you very often end up in meetings. And we have something in our village that is very precious that we need to save. And so that's what we're meeting about. Tons and tons of money have to be raised to save it. And anyway, all hands to the pumps, basically. But anyway, I'm back today, back at the tarot table with the Lunar Soul Tarot. And the Lunar Soul Tarot is going to be reading for us now, doing a Celtic cross. And a Celtic cross is about the man who would be king. And I have to just shuffle a little bit more as I talk to you. Or shall we say, the man-child who would be king. Because I think it's not exactly secret that Prince Harry would like to be the first in line. He wrote a whole book bemoaning the fact that he is the spare and not the heir. And so we're going to have a look at this. We're going to have a look at his apparently, allegedly, long-standing desire to be first in line, the one who would be king. Something that apparently, allegedly, Prince William is well aware of and has been aware of since childhood, that really Harry would allegedly like to elbow him out of the way and take the top job himself. And we've read on things like this before, but it's back in the news again. It's back being talked about, discussed in various social media platforms. So I'm going to read on it today for a little bit of fun, light relief after my day yesterday of trying to find millions and millions of rands. Lunar Soul Tarot, Celtic Cross. I've repurposed the Celtic Cross, and I have to, of course, as I shuffle just a little bit more, tell you that this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just speculation, or just my opinion. And the deck is ready as it falls apart in my hands. Definitely ready. And we're going to find out, as I said, I read on the royal family. I've got interrupted in the middle of my disclaimer. Read on the royal family for archetypal reasons. Learn from archetypes. Apply them to our own lives. Disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Please form your own opinion. And I'm doing a Celtic cross. As I say, I've repurposed it for this reading on the man-child who would be king. And we're going to have a look at it, mostly from Harry's point of view. But we're going to ask how William feels about knowing that his brother would like to elbow him out the way. And we're also going to ask if the worst came to pass by some terrible misfortune. Harry actually got the top job. And this is an absolutely speculative question and an absolutely speculative reading. How would the public react? So I've got my questions written down. Universe knows what I'm up to, probably, hopefully, better than I know myself. And wow, we've got the Four of Cups in reverse as the underlying energy. That's the if only card. Look, there's the Holy Grail hovering above. I'm going to put the other cards out the way. Hopefully don't need them. Upright, the Four of Cups is, no, it's tempting. But I'll say no. I'm a bit apathetic about it. In reverse, oh, if only I could have that. If only universe would give me a chance. There it is, the energy. And I've suddenly, after being a little bit sort of facetious at the start of this reading, I've suddenly felt a bit of a chill. It's a very hot day here in South Africa, just by the way. So let's look at this situation, the heart of this reading, the issue, the real core of the matter. 10 of Cups, maximum happiness. It would be Harry's maximum happiness, my opinion as a tarot reader, to have this honor, to have this cup. Look, there's the cup again, the same cup we've got in the underlying reading. Underlying energy. If only this cup would descend from heaven and land in his hand. Oh, how happy he would be. Such fulfillment. He dreams about this. He dreams about it. He imagines how it would be. The colossus that he would be striding the earth. Harry, the woke Harry, with wings as a superhero. You can imagine, allegedly, his wife wanted to be a superhero in the movies. Tried very hard to make that happen when she moved back to California. Didn't happen. I've read on that. It's in the Royals playlist. But Harry is still dreaming. Superman, Spider-Man, whoever else, Batman, has been to the rescue. What's standing in his way? What is the obstacle to this ultimate happiness? Such a literal card. The Chariot, the Cancerian, his brother. His big brother is the obstacle to his ultimate happiness. It is literally the card, the major arcana that represents Cancer, the astrological sign of his big brother, who stands in the way, who has those reins in his hand, who has the flowing golden locks. Well, he once did. There was a nasty little smirk when Harry was being interviewed and had the part read to him about how William had lost his hair and his looks. A horrible smirk. That's what's standing in the way. Isn't it incredible? Okay, behind the scenes, hidden motive. What's going on in his subconscious? Do we dare go there? Excuse me as I choke to death. That was a unexpected gurgle. No, it's not a death rattle. Not yet. Apologies for that. I can't edit it out. But perhaps that's what he's hoping for in the hidden energy. We'll find out what's going on behind the scenes. Ooh, Three of Swords. Three of Swords in reverse. This is something that really, really, really hurts. Hurts. Three of Swords, look how that heart has been shattered by those swords that are piercing it. It's in reverse. Reversals can mean extreme versions of the card. I think this is an extreme version. He can't deal with this. This is absolute heartache, absolute betrayal, anguish over the fact that death rattle was really quite justified. Anguish over the fact that it's not his. It's going to the brother with the blonde hair, the taller brother, the better looking brother, the smarter brother, the nicer brother, the better married brother, all in my opinion. And yeah, it really, it hurts. It hurts so badly. And I think there's tons of past lives and tons of karma in all of this. A lot of people talk about Harry being Henry VIII, come back to wreak some more havoc. And yeah, in my senses, in my intuition, there's a lot of baggage here that hasn't been resolved lifetime after lifetime, in my humble opinion as a tarot reader. Just my opinion, just speculating. What's his goal? Yeah, we're having one of those days when we just get literal cards. Universe is saying, well, you took a day off and now I have to remind you how to read tarot cards. So here's the literal card, the King of Wands. That is his goal. He wants to be king. He wants to be king. And the King of Wands is a very charismatic king. He's very exciting and dynamic and everybody loves him. And he is a bit of a rebel rouser. He gets everyone going, follow me, and they will follow you for 40 years through the wilderness if you're the King of Wands. He wants to be it. He wants to be popular. He wants to be charismatic. He is sort of a messiah complex. Let's put it like that, in my opinion. How did he feel about it in the past? This fact that he's not king, William is going to be king, all going according to plan, and dear Lord, we hope it does. Page of Cups, there it is, that kind of dreamy vibe. We've got cups, we've got a very curious looking Page of Cups, not quite sure who or what that is, but something that's wished for, something that's dreamt about, almost something that at night while you're half asleep or whatever you dream about, you fantasize about. I'm getting fantasizing energy And a Page of Cups. Childhood, pages or juvenile energy, childhood dream, childhood wish. Just like Megan wanted to be a princess, dressed up in princess clothes, wore a tiara, told people to bow and, grovel in front of her. I'm being snarky. It's not exactly what she said. I'm misquoting for entertainment purposes, but it's something he dreamed about. How's he going to feel at the coronation, watching his father be crowned and his brother, if he goes? Speculative reading this, very speculative. If he's there, how's he going to feel watching his father be crowned and his brother as the one next in line who's going to be doing all the fancy footwork and the swearing oaths and all the rest of it while everyone else stays in their chair, including Harry, even if he's got a front row seat? How's he going to feel? 10 of Discs. It's mine. It's mine. It should be me. I should be the one. I should be the one there. It's all mine. 10 of Discs is the royal family. It's the big house, but not in the present sense of the big house. It's literally the big house, the castle, the palace. With all that money, all that status, all that prestige, all that influence, being written about in history books, although his grasp of history is sadly lacking, according to the stuff that he wrote in his own book. Well, someone else wrote for him in the book that he has signed off on. But yeah, he wants it. He wants it for himself. He wants to be there. Top dog. He really does. We've got 2 10s in this reading. 10 of Cups, ultimate dream. So happy. 10 of Pentacles. This is where he belongs. This is his place. This is his role. How does he feel about his brother? His brother being the one. Oh yeah. Ace of Discs in reverse. Not fair. This is the big deal, the Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles. This is the big job. This is the big future, the big money card, the big status card, the big, you're on a solid path to somewhere. He wants to knock him off that path. He wants to knock him off his chariot. Stop that chariot. Stop him. Roadblock. Don't want you to have that. Don't want you to have that money, that status, that prestige, everything that the 10 of Pentacles represents that I was talking about. Doesn't want him to have it. Would really like to almost grab that pentacle from him. This is my opinion. This is my energy reading. Very much so. Very much the energy that's coming off these cards for me. As a tarot reader for entertainment purposes, I know it's tedious. Gotta say it. How does William feel? William, who allegedly has known this from little, that his brother would like to elbow him out the way, stop the chariot, grab the loot for himself. How does William feel about this, knowing that his brother really, really, really doesn't like him? That's my opinion, allegedly. We got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Do you know, I think William would actually gladly give it all up. Really would. 7 of Pentacles, Discs upright is your harvest, your stock taking, you're counting what you've got, counting your blessings. Is it enough? Have I worked hard enough? Have I stockpiled enough? Taking stock, looking at what you have sowed, reaped, sorry. So far, I always get that one mixed up. I'm not a farmer. In reverse. Not worth it. Not worth it. That big job, that big prize, that Ace of Pentacles that's sitting down here, that Harry allegedly is so aggrieved about. I seem to say that word aggrieved a lot lately. William, 7 of Discs in reverse is something that's not worth it. Wasn't worth the effort. Didn't bear the fruit that you thought it would. He really feels that this has cost him too much. Cost him way too much. It's cost him a brother. I would say also it's cost him his freedom. It's cost him his personal freedom. Sure, he's never going to have to worry about money or, the things us ordinary mortals worry about every day. How are we going to save the thing in my little village that we really need to save? William could wave his wand, write us a check, he wouldn't notice it. But we have to do the hard yards to fix it, and we may not succeed. It's not worth it. Really not worth it. It's a sad card, actually. It's something that I think he thinks about a lot, because sevens are thinking cards, taking stock cards, and this has cost him too much. Hopes and fears. We go back to has been on the next card. His hopes and his fears. The man-child who would be king. Hopes and fears. We've got the hanged one. Ooh, but it's in reverse. It's in reverse. He would like to be free. Hanged man, when it's upright, somebody who's in limbo, stuck, punished, sacrificed. Only born for the harvest, the organ harvest, if you can believe that. He wants to be cut down from that tree. He's tired of having to sacrifice himself and donate his organs to his horrible brother. And he wants to be free. He wants to be free to go and to be the King of Wands over there. He wants to be out of this limbo and this punishment. And that comes from past lives. Neptune, baggage that's brought with you into your subconscious. That you have to do really, really hard work to fix. Not talking work. Going into your subconscious and fixing. There are ways. There are techniques of going into your subconscious and doing the work. Is it Edwin Steinbrecher? Steinbrecher. I think that is the name. Inner guide meditation. Inner guide meditation. Go into your subconscious. Everyone can do it. You can do it at home. You can fix the mess. Harry hasn't fixed the mess. Not at all. Hasn't touched the mess, in my opinion. But he wants to be liberated from this. He actually wants to hop off that wheel of karma. He doesn't realize it consciously, because that's all Neptune all over everything. He doesn't realize it consciously, but universe is screaming, you need to stop this. Outcome, and this is a completely hypothetical outcome. If the worst came to pass for the British public and has been somehow landed on the throne, how would they take to it? Completely hypothetical, and we pray that this never ever happens. How would they take to it? Go away. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Go away. You don't deserve it. You haven't done the work. You haven't mastered all the things that you need to master. You haven't put your back to the wheel. And as I'm saying about our little village and our little disaster that we've got going on here, a little drama, we have to roll our sleeves up and we have to work. All of us. That's what happens when you live in a very small community. You all have to get involved and you all have to do stuff. You have to work. And the British public would turn around and say, you haven't done the work. You weren't there. You didn't show up. You didn't go to all those dreary events, the non-glamorous events, where people had worked really hard, put the bunting out, baked the cakes, lined up in the rain for hours to meet you and shake your hand, and all that stuff. You didn't show up. You don't deserve it. So that's the reception that he would get. It's not pelting him with rotten eggs, because the Brits don't do that, do they? The French would boo and hiss in the tumbrel, off to the guillotine. More volatile nations would have a more radical response to has been if he were ever crowned King of England. But the Brits, they have their own way of dealing with these things. Actually, quite an interesting way of dealing with it. And that's the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And backs to him in the road. The quiet way. But that's your reading. And thanks for watching. Very literal reading. It's definitely there in his energy that this is a thing he wants. He begrudges not having. would like to snatch from brother, brother knows, brother wishes that this was not the case, would rather this had never happened, has got his work cut out to resolve this and get over it, and get over himself, get over the desire to be the King of Wands, very ego-driven, the King of Wands of all the kings. That's the one with the giant ego. And the less said about it, the better. But you can see the card and what it says. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.